In a world increasingly shaped by digital transformation, Pi Network is emerging as a symbol of financial liberation. The phrase, "no borders, no banks, just Pi," shared by one of contributor through X, Twitter, encapsulates the project's bold ambition to build a decentralized economy that transcends traditional institutions and geographic constraints. Right now, as you watch this video, legacy financial systems are crumbling before our eyes. Inflation is eating away at savings, debt crises are spreading across nations, and trust in centralized institutions is at an all-time low. But what if I told you that 60 million people have already found the exit door? This isn't just another crypto story. This is the Pi Network revolution, and it's happening right now. As August 2025 unfolds, Pi Network stands at the forefront of a financial revolution. Whether it succeeds will depend not on speculation, but on the strength of its community, the clarity of its vision, and the utility of its technology. Now I want to hear you pioneer. Are you optimistic about reaching that $1.25 price prediction by year-end? How has Pi Network changed your perspective on what money can be and who should control it? Drop your experiences in the comments, because your stories help other pioneers understand the real-world impact of this movement. Let's now greet and welcome Pi pioneers from every corner of our planet. If you're part of this incredible movement that's reshaping the world's financial future, this is your time to show alignment with Pi Network's potential. Just join our community by click subscribe button and ring notification bell if you haven't already, so you never miss an update. Also, comment Pi Network to the moon, along with your country, to show the world just how massive and united our pioneer movement really is across every continent. Today, I'm going to reveal why one of contributors' powerful phrase, "no borders, no banks, just Pi," isn't just inspiring words, but a blueprint for the most significant financial transformation since the invention of money itself. We'll dive deep into how Pi Network's February 20th open mainnet launch completely shattered the walls between Pi and the outside world. Why the August 2025 unlock of 160 million Pi tokens worth $67 million is actually accelerating adoption rather than hurting it. And how over 100 decentralized applications are already turning Pi from a speculative experiment into a functioning Web3 economy. Plus, I'll share exclusive insights about why analysts are projecting Pi could reach $1.25 by year-end, and what the integration with on-ramp money and PI domain auctions really means for your Pi holdings. Trust me, by the end of this video, you'll understand why Pi Network isn't trying to reform the old system. It's completely replacing it. Let's start with a reality check about the world we're living in. For generations, legacy financial systems have been built on one fundamental principle: centralized control. Banks decide who gets access to financial services based on geography, income, and institutional gatekeeping. Political structures have reinforced economic exclusion, while media monopolies have shaped public perception about what money should be and who should control it. But here's what the establishment doesn't want you to know. Those systems are showing massive signs of erosion. The phrase, "no borders, no banks, just Pi" captures something revolutionary. It's a declaration of independence from financial gatekeepers who have controlled humanity's economic destiny for too long. Your location on Earth no longer determines your access to financial opportunity. Centralized institutions no longer hold the keys to your economic freedom. Ordinary people with smartphones now have the power to create, control, and participate in a truly global economy. On February 20th, 2025, Pi Network achieved something extraordinary. The open mainnet launch removed the firewall that had kept Pi isolated from the broader blockchain ecosystem. Pi could suddenly process on-chain transactions with incredibly low fees, integrate with external wallets and platforms, deploy decentralized applications that actually work, and enable public node participation with validator incentives. This transition marked Pi's evolution from a permissioned testnet to a public blockchain capable of supporting real-world commerce and decentralized governance. Pi Network's architecture for user empowerment sets it apart completely. Community-driven pricing protocols let users determine value. Merchant feedback loops ensure businesses using Pi have a direct voice in platform development. Developer incentives reward innovation from the ground up, while application testing and peer validation systems ensure quality without corporate oversight. These features create an ecosystem where decisions are made by the people who actually use the currency, not by centralized entities with their own agendas. Pi Network's journey has been deliberately methodical, moving through testnet development, enclosed mainnet launch in December 2021, comprehensive KYC rollouts, wallet migrations, and ecosystem app development. Each phase has been building toward this moment where external connectivity and real-world utility become possible. This open-source transition is the critical bridge between Pi Network's current state and its future as a major player in decentralized finance and Web3 applications. When you can integrate Pi with existing Web3 tools and platforms, you're creating interoperability that opens up infinite possibilities for cross-platform innovation. The democratization of development means the next breakthrough Pi application could come from anywhere in the world. A brilliant developer in Lagos, a startup team in Bangkok, or a university project in São Paulo. This global accessibility transforms closed systems into revolutionary platforms. How many times have you used a platform where you wished you could have a say in its development? Pi Network's move toward open source development and community governance addresses exactly that frustration. When pioneers can participate in governance and decision-making, Pi Network becomes truly owned by its community rather than just used by it. This empowerment extends beyond voting on proposals. When the codebase is open, technically minded pioneers can contribute directly to protocol upgrades, security improvements, and feature development. We're talking about community involvement that transforms users into stakeholders and stakeholders into active participants in the platform's evolution. Here's a question for you. What kind of Pi-based application would you most want to see developed when this open-source ecosystem becomes reality? Gaming platforms, financial services, social networks, or something completely different? Share in the comments because your answer helps shape what developers will prioritize. Security risks in public codebases are real but manageable with proper audit frameworks and community oversight. The fact that potential vulnerabilities become visible to security researchers is actually a strength because problems get identified and fixed faster. Forking concerns, where competing versions might emerge, is something every successful open-source project has navigated. Bitcoin has survived numerous forks, Ethereum has evolved through community consensus, and Pi Network will develop similar mechanisms for maintaining coherent development while allowing innovation. Governance complexity requires balancing community input with technical expertise and long-term vision. The Pi core team must create frameworks that allow meaningful community participation without compromising security and stability that pioneers depend on. What concerns do you have about Pi Network's transition to open source, and what would you want the core team to prioritize? Share your thoughts, because community feedback during pivotal moments helps shape better outcomes. The brilliance of announcing September's open source reveal with February 20th, 2025's open mainnet launch creates perfect timeline for ecosystem preparation. Developers get approximately 5 months to study code, understand architecture, build applications, test integrations, and prepare for when Pi Network opens to the broader cryptocurrency ecosystem. This isn't just technical preparation, it's economic preparation. When the open mainnet launches with a robust ecosystem of applications already built and tested, Pi coins immediately have utility beyond holding and transferring. We're talking about day one adoption scenarios driving immediate demand and real-world usage. With over 60 million users, Pi Network offers something most blockchain platforms can only dream of: a massive, engaged audience ready to adopt new applications. When developers build on Pi's smart contract platform, they're not building for a theoretical future user base. They're building for a community that already exists and is actively waiting for innovation. September 2025 represents Pi Network's evolution from a closed ecosystem into a decentralized platform for innovation and inclusion. This transformation acknowledges that blockchain technology's future belongs to communities, not just core teams, and that the most powerful innovations emerge when barriers to participation are removed. For pioneers who have been mining and believing in Pi Network's potential, this open-source transition validates the vision that brought you to this community. You're not just holding digital assets, you're part of a movement about to unlock its full potential for global impact and innovation. Since the open mainnet launch, Pi Network has exploded into an ecosystem supporting over 100 decentralized applications. These are real marketplaces where people buy and sell goods, freelance platforms where individuals earn Pi for their skills and services, and local commerce tools that help neighborhood businesses accept Pi payments from customers around the world. The ecosystem has become both marketplace and forum, completely reshaping digital decision-making from traditional top-down corporate models to genuine collaborative governance. In August 2025, Pi Network is unlocking 160 million Pi tokens with an approximate value of $67 million. This strategic release is specifically designed to support mainnet migration and ecosystem expansion. While there might be short-term volatility, the unlock increases liquidity and encourages more pioneers to complete their KYC verification, which strengthens the entire network. Current off-market valuations place Pi between 41 cents and 60 cents per token, but long-term projections remain incredibly optimistic. Some forecasters predict Pi could reach $1.25 by year-end if adoption continues accelerating at the current pace. What makes these predictions credible isn't speculation or hype, but measurable growth in real-world utility. Pi Network maintains a deliberately different approach from other cryptocurrency projects. Most crypto projects rely on influencer-driven marketing and promises of quick profits. Pi has kept itself unlisted on major exchanges until genuine utility is proven in the real world. Their communication strategy focuses on development milestones and ecosystem growth, not price speculation. This approach reduces exposure to volatility and media distortion that destroys so many other projects. Pi pioneers aren't mining for headlines or social media buzz. They're mining for future utility. Their investment isn't financial, it's experiential, rooted in participation and purpose. They understand they're not just accumulating tokens, they're building infrastructure for a completely new kind of economy. The August 2025 developments are making Pi Network more accessible to mainstream users. The PI domain auctions create decentralized identity systems that put users in complete control of their online presence. Integration with on-ramp money enables seamless fiat to Pi transactions, removing one of the biggest barriers to cryptocurrency adoption. Enhanced wallet activation and migration tools make it easier for non-technical users to participate fully in the ecosystem. Meanwhile, merchant adoption campaigns across Asia and Africa are transforming Pi from a speculative digital asset into a functional currency with genuine real-world utility. Pi Network's tools, including wallets, browsers, APIs, and identity protocols, are designed with accessibility without institutional gatekeeping. These tools aren't restricted by minimum account balances, geographic limitations, or corporate approval processes. Users hold their own private keys, validate their own transactions, and can build their own applications without asking permission from big tech companies or financial institutions. This represents the true essence of digital freedom. The phrase, "no borders, no banks." Just Pi represents more than marketing enthusiasm. It's a declaration of intent that challenges fundamental assumptions about how human economic systems should work. Pi Network isn't attempting to reform existing financial institutions or make incremental improvements to banking services. Instead, it's systematically replacing those systems through mobile mining accessibility, decentralized governance structures, and scalable utility that works in the real world. As August 2025 continues unfolding, Pi Network stands at the absolute forefront of a financial revolution. Whether Pi succeeds in transforming global finance won't depend on speculation or corporate backing. Success will be determined by the strength of the pioneer community, the clarity of the decentralized vision, and continued development of genuine utility that serves real human needs. For now, pioneers around the world continue building this new economy, one transaction, one application, and one user at a time. The old world of centralized financial control is watching nervously, but the future belongs to the builders, the believers, and the pioneers who understand that true economic freedom has no borders, needs no banks, and runs on Pi. If this deep dive into Pi Network's revolutionary vision resonated with you, hit that like button. Share your Pi success stories, concerns, and predictions in the comments, because this community grows stronger when we learn from each other's experiences. Subscribe with notifications turned on, because this is just the beginning of an incredible journey.